Welcome to this session. As you know, we had taken this initiative to provide training about the CMA program. CMA, that means Cost and Management Accountant. And the intention of this program is to prepare the new aspirants to get into this profession. Not only that, give you some kind of condensed training as well. However, there is not much information in this session as of today. I will share those points at the end of the session. For now, I will hand over the session to CMA Jyotsna Rajpal. She is currently living in Maharashtra, India. And for any kind of questions, you may like to ask those questions at the end of the session. You also have her direct WhatsApp number where you may like to reach her regarding any particular questions if you miss to ask in this session. Anyways, without further delay, I'm going to hand over to ma'am. Please carry on. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Am I properly audible to everyone?
Yes, very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we can move ahead till I think 14th or 15th slide. Today's first slide. We have seen that how we can appear for the foundation exam, how we can directly enter into intermediate and final examination. Now we will see that what all subjects are covered in the foundation exam. We will just have a quick look. Last time we had seen, we had discussed, I think, in detail about the foundation exam papers. This time we will take a quick look again just for the recapitulation, and we will see in detail about the intermediate and final examinations. So we can go to the next slide. Like we have seen that we have paper 1 for fundamentals of economics and management. Then there are 50-50 economics and management theory. Then we have another paper, fundamentals of accounting. It's a completely numerical paper where 80% is the financial accounting and 20% is the cost accounting. Then we have another paper, fundamentals of laws and ethics. 70-30 is the ratio where law is 70% and business ethics 30%. And then we have fundamentals of business mathematics and statistics. That is 40-60 ratio, means arithmetic and algebra. We have weights of 20-20 each, and business statistics, we have 60 marks each. So this is all about the foundation examination. We can go ahead to the next slides. We can just have a quick look. That in case of fundamentals of economics, 50% marks is allocated to economics and 50% goes towards the management. So where basic concepts of economics, then forms of market, and money and banking. These are the three major aspects. And in case of management, we have to learn management process, where we have to study the introduction and management functions, then concept of delegation of power, leadership and motivation, and decision making. So this all has the weight of around 50%. This is completely a theoretical paper. So we need to work a little hard, and rather we have to practice to write whatever we have learned. So here writing skills will matter a lot to qualify in this paper. We can go to the next step. Yeah. Next paper is fundamentals of accounting. Here, those who are from accounting background, they might have studied accounting fundamentals in 12th standard. They might have studied accounting for special transactions also in their 12th standard, and preparation of final accounts also is a part of 12th standard curriculum in India. So for commerce students, there is not much new in this paper, but for the science stream students, those who have done their 12th with PCM or bio, they need to work hard in this paper, because this is one such paper which goes right from this level, foundation level, till the end of your studies. And this paper will follow you throughout your life as a CMA. So being CMA means you should be very thorough with the accounts. So don't skip this paper. And this is a very scoring paper. So you can just in case you have any difficulty or something, you can go for some expert training in this particular paper. So here we will be teaching, here we will be learning 80% of the financial accounting and 20% of the cost accounting. Cost accounting is also one such paper or one such thing which is going to last till end of your career. So here only very basic introduction is there in case of cost accounting, and this is all new subject for commerce students as well as for science students. Then let's go to the next. Then we have another paper which deals with law and ethics. Here 70% marks are allocated to law, commercial legislations, and 30% towards the ethics. This is again a theoretical paper. So we don't have much chance to get more marks, but still we need to develop our writing skills to qualify this paper. Then next. Yeah, fundamentals of business mathematics and statistics. Here, this paper appears to be very all of us, I think, have studied till 12th standard, whether science students or commerce students, because business mathematics is the paper which is compulsory for all the students. Like algebra and arithmetic is that of 10th standard level, and the weights allotted to these two topics is 20% each. So it's of very basic understanding. Then we have business statistics. So here also very basic chapters are there, like statistical representation of data, then measures of central tendency and dispersion, then correlation and regression, and probability. So this is again a very scoring paper, and I think most of us have studied this paper up to the 12th standard. So this is all about the foundation course. Here, I would like to mention that in every individual paper, we need to score 40% marks minimum, and in total aggregate, we should have 50% marks. So that is the qualifying criteria. And this year, because of the COVID, the student got the opportunity to appear online. But I think next year onwards, or maybe next exam onwards, we'll again go for the offline mode. But let's be prepared for both the ways. We need to learn the way we can answer through MCQs, or we can answer in detail. So we need to prepare both the ways. Let's see what the course says, or examination pattern says about this. So this is all about the entrance exam, foundation level exam. Now we can go towards the intermediate level exam. So in intermediate level exam, subject covered are: number one, financial accounting. As I told you, financial accounting is going to follow you. Rather, you also have to follow financial accounting till the closure of your course, till you are done with this whole syllabus. You have qualified the complete course. Financial accounting is going to be there, and even after passing out, also you need to have a practical exposure to this particular subject. So when we talk about financial accounting in case of intermediate level, paper 5, so we have to study fundamentals of accounting and accounting for special transactions. This part will cover around 25%. Then preparation of financial statements. This is a BCom level or graduation level syllabus, that preparation of financial financial statements, like profit and loss account, then profit of non-profit organization, then preparation of final accounts for the business entities, then partnership accounts. So all these will constitute 40% of your marks allocation. Then we have some special kind of accounting, that is self-balancing ledgers. Then special kind of accounting is there, like in case of royalties, hire purchase, installment system, branch and departmental accounts, etc. This will constitute around 20% of your syllabus. And then we have accounting exposure to the computerized accounting and accounting standards. You all might have heard of about, if you're from commerce background, you might have heard of about accounting standards. So we have to study here accounting standards. So the mark allocation here is 15%. So this is a very scoring paper, but at the same time, you need to have very clear concepts in this paper, and you need to have very good practice with the financial accounting, solving the practical problems, solving the numerical problems. So then you can secure very nicely, like 60-70% marks you can easily get in this paper, but you should have a conceptual clarity. Then we have a paper, laws and ethics. Again, here in this case, we have four sections. One is like commercial laws, then industrial laws, corporate laws, and ethics. Commercial laws have a weight of about 30%. It has 5 acts. Then in industrial laws, we have around 7-8 acts, where we will all deal with the labor laws, Factories Act, Payment of Gratuity Act, TSI Act, PF Act, all those acts are there. Then company law is there, which has a weight of about 35%. And then we have 10% allocation towards the ethics. So if you deal with the ethics paper well in foundation course, that will help you to secure that 10% marks in your intermediate examination as well. Then comes the direct taxation. In case of direct taxation, taxation is also another paper where you can secure good, number one. Number two, that paper also continues till the last step. Just a moment. And then we have basics of the cost accounting. Just a moment, I'll just come back. Yeah, in the hello. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please carry on.
Yeah, you can hear me, no? Right. So here we have income tax. That is like allocated. Section A is dedicated to income tax. Basics of the income tax. Then heads of income and computation of total income. That part is allocated about 70% of the marks. Then tax management, administration and procedures. That is around 20%. So that is that 20% portion is little theoretical, and above 10%, like basics of the income tax, is theoretical. Rest 70%, where we have to deal with the heads of income and computation of total income. That 70% portion deals with the all numerical problems. So this is again a scoring paper, and you need to have very clear concept in this particular paper, because this is going to continue with you. And there's a huge scope of practicing in the tax component. Then we have the paper of cost accounting. Here we have 3 parts of this paper. One is introduction to cost accounting, which constitute about 40%. Then we have methods of costing, and then we have cost accounting techniques. So basic introduction includes like what is cost, what are the elements of cost, what is cost accounting standards, what is the cost bookkeeping. And in case of methods of costing, we have to study certain particular methods and procedures like job costing, batch costing, contract costing, process costing, operating costing, etc. Like in various aspects of business, how can we apply the cost accounting principles? And then we have a 30% portion allocated to the cost accounting techniques. Cost accounting techniques consist mainly basic 3 techniques are there: marginal costing, standard costing, and budget and budgetary control. So we have to have very clear understanding of all these topics related to cost accounting, because marking in this paper is very tough, because this is the base paper for this whole course. So we need to be very practical, and we need to be like very clear with the very thorough with all the concepts in this particular paper. Then comes our next group 2. Here we have operations management and strategic management. Operations management has many engineering related aspects, where productivity management, production planning and control, designing of operational systems, operations planning, all these things we have to study. The weight allocated to this particular portion is given 70%, and then we have 30% allocated for the strategic management. Here, we will study basics of the strategic management, analysis, planning, formulation, and implementation of the strategies. This is also very important paper as far as your practical exposure is concerned. When you will go to the working for syllabus, it may be end of this paper because we are not going to study this paper again. But when you will go for the working, when you will practice as CMA, or when you will work somewhere in some organization as CMA, this paper is of very vital importance. This will give you a real sense of being a CMA and giving you the outputs to your organization. So this is very important paper. So you should go ahead. Then paper 10 is cost and management accounting and financial management. Here we are being introduced to a new concept, that is financial management. Here weight for cost and management accounting and financial management are 50-50. Here we will learn many techniques and how to, whatever techniques we have studied in group 1 under the paper of cost accounting, all those techniques, how to apply for the practical applications, that we will learn here, and practical application of all those techniques. And then in case of financial management, we will learn about the financial analysis, working capital management, etc. So this is again a numerical paper, and you can secure very good marks in this particular paper. But please remember that in this paper also the marking is very tough. So you have to be very thorough with the subject. Then we have another paper, indirect taxation. So in case of indirect taxation, we are left only with GST. Earlier there were many things like sale tax, VAT, excise, customs, many taxes were there. But now we are having only two taxes. One is GST, another is customs. So 80% weight is allotted to the GST, and 20% is only left for the customs law. This also is a good scoring paper. And the level of this paper is also not too difficult. It is like medium difficulty. Then comes company accounts and audit. This is paper 12, or you can say last paper in your intermediate exam. So here we will study, till now we have studied only the accounting part. We have not touched anything about the auditing. Here we will have basic exposure to the auditing concepts and provisions related to audit. And this particular paper is for the company accounts. Like till now we have seen partnership accounts, partnership accounts, then non-profit organization accounts, then royalty, this branch accounting, etc. All those small accounts we have learned. But in this paper, the emphasis is too much on the company accounts, like how the accounts are being maintained under the joint stock companies. So here the weight is 50-50 for auditing as well as company accounts. This is again a very scoring paper. Then comes our final. We can take to the next slide. Yeah. Now we are having paper 13. Paper 13 relates to corporate laws and compliance. Again, in case of corporate law, we have Companies Act, which is having a weight of about 60%. Here they are expecting you to be expert in the company law, so that when you go to the job, when you go to the profession, then you should be knowing each and everything, because you know that requirement for cost accounting is basically in the legal requirement. Statutory requirement for cost accounting is in the companies only, that is defined under the Companies Act only. So we need to be master in Companies Act. So that is around 60% of Companies Act. Then here we will study one more act, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. It is a new law introduced recently. So we have around 10% of marks allocation towards this particular law. Then we have other corporate laws. Here what we will study about SEBI, we will study about the corporate governance, we will study about Foreign Exchange Management Act, that is called FEMA. Then law related to banking and insurance sector. The weight given to this portion is around 20%, 25%, and then 15% is exclusively given to the corporate governance. Then comes your paper 14. Paper 14 is strategic financial management. This is the mix of first two papers we have seen. We have studied financial management and we have studied strategic management. This paper is the mix of these two concepts. And this is a good paper, very good paper if you want to go into the field of investment banking, or if you want to go into the like stock markets, financial markets, and institutions study if you want portfolio management. So all those things, all those parts are covered under this particular paper. This paper deals with the investment decisions, financial markets, security analysis, and financial risk management. This is very interesting paper, but certainly it's totally market oriented paper. There is not much like too much of basics, too much of conceptual is not there. Here you have to see that what study you can do for the market so that you can survive in the investment sector, investment banking. So these kind of things are being taught in this particular paper. Then we have another paper which is very crucial. Rather, I can say it's the most crucial paper for this whole syllabus, that is strategic cost management decision making. This paper helps you to learn that all decision making processes which you may be able to apply once you go into the practice or once you go into the profession, maybe in the job or in the practice. This is the most important paper. So we need to be very thorough with this paper. And believe me, the marking in this paper is very tough. I'm not just scaring you, but the basic is like we need to be very thorough with this paper. And here they usually ask all like real life problems are being assigned in the question paper also, and they expect you to solve all real problems, real life problems in this particular paper. So we need to be thorough with this. And then we have our last paper, that is direct tax. I told you that tax will not leave you. So this is direct tax laws and international taxation. This is the one paper where we study the international regulations about the taxations. Here, almost 50% is assigned to direct taxes, 30% towards the international taxation, and then 20% is given for the case study analysis. This is nothing but a practical problem related to the taxation laws. So this is very, like, this is quite scoring, but you have to be very thorough with the recent updates in the taxation laws, not only in Indian direct tax laws, but also you need to have a watch over the international taxation affairs also. So this is all about our syllabus in the final exam. So I think I'm done with the this. Now, next slide, please. Yeah, I extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone who has attended this session and who have been with us. So now it's over to Arvind.
Thank you, ma'am. That's a good introduction to all the examinations for this one. Now I'm going to open the forum for audience. If you have any question, you're most welcome to ask those questions to ma'am, and she'll do her best to answer. Please unmute yourself before talking. Thank you.
Or else you can write in chat box also.
Yeah, that's another option.
You can write now. You can write in the chat box also.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, as I said, I was like a working student.
Okay.
And my background is actually my background is science background.
Okay.
I am doing cost, I want to start cost accountant course.
Okay.
So which subject should I focus on more? Like in first part,
You are a
intermediate.
science student, you said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have already taken admission in intermediate course, or you are still
Yeah.
pursuing
Intermediate. I am
foundation?
graduate. No, I am
Pardon?
graduate, ma'am. I am
Okay,
graduate.
you are already a graduate. Then
Yeah, ma'am.
in that case, it will be advisable to focus on accounts, because accounts is something mathematical, and being science student, you must be having a good mathematical background. So rather I can say you will have an aptitude towards the numbers. So in that case, that will help you to focus in accounts, because law and other paper like theoretical papers may not be very much helpful, but accounts and cost accounting are the two papers where you can focus and where you can secure really good marks, so that your aggregate problem may resolve. So in theory paper
Ma'am,
you can even, yeah,
how much like time should I give like for if I want to do
that
for June
depends.
attempt?
That depends on you. In my view, if you are sparing like accounting and cost accounting, these two papers are such that you have to study every day. Because if you just study today and take that up after 1 week, you will forget everything, because conceptually you are not very clear to those subjects. So first, till you attain good amount of conceptual clarity on these two subjects, till then you must
Okay.
study, you must devote at least 1.5 hours every day to these two papers, like 1.5 hour to accounts and 1.5 hour to cost accounts. So depending upon which group you are appearing to, so accordingly you can prepare, because once you attain a conceptual clarity in these two papers, you are that is your sure shot success to become a CMA.
So I hope that
Any
answers
other?
your questions.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Ma'am, we have got another question from Amit. He's
Okay.
asking what's going to be the next seminar after this introduction, and I would like to answer on your behalf if you allow me.
Yes,
Okay.
please continue.
So Amit, what happened that we were hoping to have more audience for these sessions, but there are not many. So I don't know what's happening there. Maybe people are already qualified. So we already started another session for the non-finance professionals. One session had already taken place. So what is in our mind is, considering very less audience, we were thinking that we will wind up this session today. And if you have any questions, you can directly get in touch with Jyotsna ma'am, and she will be happy to answer those questions. But if some of you think that there is a value addition to you and you would like to have these sessions continued, please let us know. We will do according to that. So you may just tell if you think you are okay to directly connect with ma'am, that is fine too. Otherwise, this is the last session for this particular one, and you can directly get in touch with her.
Arvind, I'll interrupt for a while.
Yes.
If we have like 5-6 people who are sure to be regular in this, so we can continue 4 more sessions to take up a subject like accounting or subject like cost accounting wherever they are finding it difficult. I think that all these students belong to the intermediate course. Is it so? Please say yes in the chat box fast. Okay, good.
So that's the intermediate level, right? Okay.
Yeah. So if we have like 4 or 5 students of intermediate, then we can take up accounting sessions related to accounting and cost accounting, whatever subject they want. And then accordingly, we can do, I think we can discuss about this in the group, and then we can finalize. I think this is not, right now we cannot decide about it.
Yeah, no problem, because there are two candidates here right now.
Yeah. No, we have 4-5, I think. Yeah.
Okay, but two have answered that they're already at
Yeah,
intermediate level.
three have answered.
Okay, yeah.
2 have answered, yes.
So you know what? Let's continue the discussion in the WhatsApp group, And if we think
Yes.
there's some value addition happening, then we will continue,
Yes.
and we'll take the decision in that group itself. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I would like to add one more thing that I understand exams are going on right now. Intermediate exams are going on. So those will conclude tomorrow. So if someone, some friends of yours are also interested, so they can also join the group and then we can decide about it.
So do you
Because
think
since
any tips for the exam could be useful topic? Because it's already that kind of thing going on right now.
no, exams in any way, exams, intermediate exam will be over tomorrow. So now it
Okay.
will happen only in the month of June. So I think instead of giving exam tips right now, it will be better if we take some sessions and then later on we give them some tips. So
Okay,
that will
got it.
help them.
Got it.
Because right now I even don't know what level of understanding do they have about the accounting and cost accounting.
Sure.
So we can just decide in a day or two. But please, like they need to respond in the group at least,
Perfect.
so that we can decide about the next course.
Okay. So we got last 2 minutes. If there's
Yeah.
no more question, then we can wind up this session. If there's any question, then we'll stay here.